Hello, hello. It is Angela with Dogwood Paper Arts, and I'm here to work on the Country 49 and Market Countryside collection that I got from Shannon at Mixed Media, Minnesota. I also went to scrapbook.com and got some 6x8 papers. 6 by what? No, that's probably not right. This size. They are, yeah, 6 by 8. Hey, just a minute. My dog's in here. Liberty Bell. No, that is not for you. She wants this little plastic thing. No. That's my chair rubbing up against the table. Okay, what do you need? You're saying hi? I'd lift her up to say hello, but she's like an 80-pound dog. And she's just too big for me to lift. Okay, so let's get started on this journal. It is a kind of a file folder journal. The beginning of it began as a file folder, but the reason I'm trying not to file folder the whole thing is because the 49 and Market papers are very sturdy. So they are thicker than this file folder journal that I have put in here. I am adding envelopes to it. I tend to like to add different items to the inside. So it's a fun one. You're going to love it. I suggest you get out your file folder, put your dog out of the room because she steals everything, like your cleaning rag, your mop-up rag, paper, ink daubers. She just, whatever, she's tall enough, she can put her head up here and take what she wants. So I am right here on this page. Now last time we added this off camera. I added this one over here, and this is an envelope, but you can see it bounces back up. So I need to take care of that. Libby, do you need to go out with Daddy? Do you? Do you need me to send you out with Daddy? No? Then you need to lay down. I know. That's a shame. But you're going to have to lay down. She's giving me these great big brown eyes. So, and we have this page over here we need to do something with, and I have something planned out for over there. Right there. I'm going to put that up there for now. So this page is a little bit bouncy, and it's going to have to be held down. I was going to use 2 envelopes. No, that's not going to work because this is the front cover. And you can see what's happening already. We don't want that. Not yet. We haven't even got the journal inside. So flip open that if you've put it on. And what I'm going to use to anchor this is these. Now normally I would have come up with this idea before I got this far, and I would have glued this piece under this paper here. If you've gotten this far and you haven't put this paper on, and you want to do this, I suggest you put it under this paper. But to cover up my mistake, see, you can see it right here. It shows right there. I've brought along a sunflower that I'm going to paste on that right now. Did I have a leaf to go with it? I don't remember. I think I took the leaf off. I think it was too much. So let me get my art glitter glue. Put my pen up in my folder on my pin cushion. And let's glue this down. If you hear whining, it's a dog across the street. He's home alone today, and he gets very sad. And he talks all day long. Poor guy. Okay, fold that up. And I'm going to talk to you about this in just a minute. Okay, now because I want to put this red butterfly on here, I have a little bit of red there and a little bit of red there, and over here we have some. I'm going to put this rooster here just to kind of quickly draw the eye through this piece. I don't think I'm going to ink him up because he's already pretty dark. And he's very little. And I better set my timer. So that chicken is going to be picking around underneath the sunflowers looking for some seed. Like that. There we go. We've glued those down. Okay, so let's come back up to the top. Oh, I put a pencil mark here. That pencil mark is from this. Right here and right here. Okay. Now, when I bent this one, it cracked. But let me tell you first that these are 3.5 inches long. And then I use the scallop punch. The scallop punch. Any punch will do. It's just what I had, and so that's what I used. If you have something different, then that would be great. You could use that. Now, so like I said, I doubled these up to make them stronger. Then I got them all cut out, did the edges, put this in it, eyelet, and when I got this folded, I wanted a 1 inch here area here, so, or 3/4. So I did a 3/4 mark, and then I did a 1/8 mark away from that so that it would fold over and give a little rounded edge. But when I folded that one, it really cracked and the paper peeled because it was wet when I did it. So I put a little washi tape on this one, and I think that will be fine. So I made 2 of these exactly the same, except for the picture is different on them. I'm going to apply this one right up here. Okay, you see? Yep. Okay. So I'm going to put glue all over this edge. And I wonder if it would be good to round that. No, you really want to hold it down as much as you possibly can. Okay. So I'm going to put that there. Now I want to make sure before it glues all the way hard that I have it in approximately the same place as the other one. And that looks pretty good. Envelopes are never straight, so don't count on it being a straight envelope. I'm going to push that down, and it does look off a little bit, but I think my pencil lines were off a little bit. And it's just due to the envelope being at a weird angle. Okay. So I played around with this for a little bit and tried to figure out what I could put up here. And I was really like, oh, nothing looks good. Everything looks bad. Well, I finally found these flowers like this. And I think we could go ahead and put those on here like this. It's okay if that shows. And I have a little bee. And I thought about putting him up here like this, heading towards the flower. And then, of course, we had the butterfly heading towards the flower as well. So I'm going to ink around the butterfly a little bit. Not a lot. I don't want to destroy his antennae. Oh, I didn't start the timer yet. I better do that. Okay, we're going now, man. We are. We're on the road again. Okay, so there's our butterfly. Let's move our bee down a little bit. And we're going to put these up there. Oh, we better ink around those. If that little piece falls off, it'll be okay. I'm not going to ink them up too much. Because, see, they do bend when they're smaller pieces. It is heavy duty paper though, all the way through. All your ephemera, everything is always pretty heavy duty in the 49 market. Now, make sure that that doesn't bend this over. Okay. So, what else can I tell you about this kit? I did buy a few extra things to go with it. I usually do. It just depends. I am actually, though, trying to buy less items right now because I got my taxes ready and got to see my expenditures in full for the whole year. Which, it's fine. The biggest thing for me is I haven't been getting things on my Etsy site. So my sales are low, but my expenses are high, but they're a lot lower than last year. So I'm really not concerned about that. But, yeah. So... what I'm trying to do, like with this kit here, is I only bought the one paper pad. I didn't order an extra batch of 12 by 12 from her. 49 in market only comes with 6 sheets, I believe it is. Don't quote me on that. So there's not a lot of sheets with it. And normally I like to have either side available to me. And that's why I went with this file folder style, just using the paper, was so that I could still see both sides. Of course, I'm going to cover this side up over here. Now, let's let this dry before we do anything else to it. You could glue these pieces down if you wanted. It's up to you. And then we'll come back to this. Let me close that just temporarily. Now we're going to come over here. And we need to put a little something under that to give it something to sit on. Yeah, something like that. What do I have? Oh, I have this one book right here. Yeah. Well, we'll use this for right now. I can move the book from there to there. It's because we have this little 1/2-inch spine on it here. Okay, this is the envelope I'm going to insert on here. It's not an envelope, it's a pocket that I made, and I'm going to describe to you how I made it. So, this blank page, I measured out a piece of paper that was 5 and 5 1/16 or 5 1/8. 5 is just fine. I measured 5 inches this way and cut it to fit my page 8 inches this way. It's a little bit off, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. So 5 by 8. But that's not quite true. 5 by 9 inches. This is a 1/2 inch, and this is a 1/2 inch. I scored that 1/2 inch, and I scored that 1/2 inch. And I folded those under, inked around the edge. Then I thought, well, I don't really need a big one pocket. What I need is 2 pockets. So I went underneath of this. I found the center line, and I flipped it over, and I made 2 hinges, one on each side, one for each side. So I glued one here, and I glued one over here. So now what we're going to do, back up. So then I thought, okay, so my 1-inch mark was here. It was right here. And I took my little envelope cutter, and I put this under here, and I started from this score line. I put it on the one, gave it a punch. I went over here, and I put it, my line was on both sides. I put it on the one, this wasn't on there. Put the line on the one and punched. Then I had 2 punch outs there. And I did the same over here. And then I just took it to my trimmer, and I trimmed at the base of these 2 cutouts. The cutouts look like, well, let's just do one. Not that. Let me grab a piece of paper. Oh, I don't have a scrap of paper. Oh, I must. Let's look. Ooh, 2. Not that one. Not. Yeah, we could use this. So, my scrap of paper. Let's pretend like that's our score line. 1, put it on the 1. And I made that mark. Then I went over here. You have to flip it over. And I put that side on the 1. There we go. Now we have our 2 cutouts. And then what I did was I went, and this one has a wire in it, so I lined the wire up at the base of these 2 cutouts. So I made sure where I was at, so I was inside of that initial piece, and then I stopped at as soon as I felt it go into that hole, and you get this. Easy peasy. So now we have another pocket. Ooh, look at us. Look at us go. Okay. So let's adhere this pocket down. I must have a little bigger book. Oh, I have a second book. There we go. Won't be perfect, but it'll be nice. Okay, so we are going to glue, 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 glue. There we go. That's what we're going to do. I thought it would be nice to have two pockets. The other thing you could do, you know, if you're prepared for it, you could do sewing and sew the pocket at the center line. I wasn't prepared to sew on this journal at all. I just knew that I had to get started on it because it was on my mind. It was interrupting my sleep. So it was time for it to make a mark on the world. Okay, so there we go. Now let's flip this over like this. And I know that it's not going to be exactly the 8 inches. It just isn't. But I do know the most important thing is I don't want it sticking over the edges. And I want it to be kind of even at the back over here. I'm going to have to move that. There we go. Okay. Find your bone folder or your whatever you use to get things to lay down. Okay. Now I need to erase that pencil line that I put back on there. And then I need to grab some of these guys, and I recommend that you do this because this is a heavy piece of paper here. Go ahead and put your pieces on it for a while. I don't know if that one works. Nope, it does. I'll try this one. Yep. I see that it's coming up back here. That is right where those hinges are in there. And so it may come up a little bit there, and then we'll have to re-glue it after this dries good. Now, I don't think I have one that'll reach to there, but if I do, oh, it just reaches. Look at that. Okay, let's let this dry for a little bit. Let's come back up here. Now this pocket, I honestly could not figure out how I wanted to decorate it. I was just stymied with it. So, and I still haven't figured it out. So, let me think about it for a moment. It does look like it needs to be strengthened up here. I mean, obviously that is a pretty thin spot. I'm not ready to show you the rest of the closure yet because I need to think about it. But I do know we're going to use a hook and loop fastener on them. So maybe I should just show that to you. And I got these at firemountaingems.com. I have, in the past, have done a lot of business with them when I was making rosaries for sale. So this will come through here and connect like that. So it has the two pieces. These are for bracelets. But one will come from up here and one will come from there. It'll have to have just a little bit of slack. And that is the problem with it. Is that little bit of slack is still going to make these pop up. And so I'm thinking I need something that's going to hold it more solid. Now we could use a ribbon, but a ribbon means that it has to come out. Or we could have a ribbon there and a ribbon here, and we could tie those two together. Now that's something we could do. So anyway, see, you can see there's a lot of thought that's going into it, and decision making, and I just haven't gotten there yet what is going to be the best thing to use. So I think the best thing to do is just make sure this envelope is strong enough to withstand itself. So we need to decorate it. And I don't know what to do with it. I have thought of a dozen things. You know, the best thing to do might be to put that red rooster on there. And then cover that. Yeah, I'm really just sort of stuck on it. The other thing I thought was, and I've thought about this a lot, is that maybe this could be the rose bush just coming up out of here. Nothing else on the envelope. But see, we still have that edge that is not reinforced. So that's the problem. So if I was to do this, I would cut this off here, this rose, and I would just tuck it under here so it would come up this side. I'll show you. Because I still might do it. If I don't do it, then I'll just attach it back there. But you can see that it would just kind of come up, and you know, we might have to draw a line in there or something to show that our rose comes through, or not. We don't have to. It's totally up to us. But my thought was that would look really pretty there. So we do have a solid green in this pack. There's a black, kind of a blue and a black. It's very pretty. I wasn't planning on using black in the journal. We have like this. That's the green one. So we could, I mean, this would be pretty on it, and that would make that flower stand out. And by cutting things to fit in here, you know, I think we could get it to work. Shall we do that? Okay. I think it'd be nice to add a rose to it, just because we have so much yellow right here. And this little bit of pop of red will go nicely with the butterfly that's over there, and I think it will help draw the eye in. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to make it smaller than this. I mean, taller than this. I'm going to make this window smaller. because I need to get around this curve. So I'm going to bring it up to about here, and I'm going to cut that off right there. Let's move this guy over there. There we go. There's that. Now, I want mostly the green side. So I'm going to line this up over here. Oh my goodness, you can see I cut it wrong. I must have cut on the wrong line, guys. Could use that down there. And then use that on the sides. But you can see that I just made it to the bottom of the pocket. I measured wrong. So we're going to use the bottom half over here. And should we go up that high? I don't really want to go that high. Let's go right there. And then we can put like the picket fence on there or something. I think that would be very cool. Not going to save that little tiny piece. Okay. Well, mostly the green. And it's not really going to be able to go over that curve very well there, so, you know, bring it back up on top of that. And I'm talking about the curve on the envelope here, where it folds. Right there. So let's cut that little piece off. Now, I do have to say, if you're cutting on top of everything like I am, you are not going to get straight cuts. It just won't happen. It makes things wonky and you won't get a straight cut. I know this because I do it all the time. Okay. Let's see if that's going to fit. Yes. Yes, 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 it is. Okay. So we'll just cover this and it will look beautiful. It will be very, very beautiful. I sprayed my ink pad because I left it open. Came in and, well, it was open. Dry as a bone. Now look at it. Now it inks up so much that it's like, it's all happy again. Oh, that would look good too. But we have a flower we want to put on there. Okay. Here we go. Let's glue this down before we change my mind. All right. Put that on your envelope. Now remember, when it gets onto the plastic up there, it is going to spread the glue quite well. Okay. Alrighty. Now, we need to do this. That is not quite the right size there. I think we'll do this one. And I'm going to bring it in a little bit to get rid of that curve in there. So I want to line it up with this one, with this edge. And we'll make a cut right there. Looks pretty even. Ta-da! So let's see if it's in the right place. I think it is. And then we'll need to cut it off. Right up here. I actually think I want to bring this one as a fold over. I think I'm going to cut it off right about there. I don't know why I drew a line completely across it. Just for fun, I guess. It won't be an even line. I'll show you why here in just a second. I have to erase that pencil line because it's so bad. Okay, we're going to cut one the same size over on this side. Another strip. Not that one. No. And let's get the green as much as we can. Okay, now this would look better maybe as a torn piece around the envelope, but I haven't been tearing anything for this piece. A line and a line. We'll cut that one down with our scissors. No, we have to go this way because it's better to be able to see your blade this way. Sometimes you just have to use the scissors, don't you? It's not straight. It doesn't need to be. It's not super duper important. There's that one. Let's ink this one. Ink me up, please. Now there are words on this and they may be upside down. I'm not going to worry about that. You know, not worth the worry. It's junk journaling. We like our, this is junk journaling with new papers. But I do have some junk underneath of it, don't I? I have an old file folder down there. Okay, and this one. There. Just even it up there. And wipe your fingers off. And now we need to make a piece here. You know what I should have done was make this like barnwood up on the top and then put a little red roof on it and then put some chickens in there. We could have had a hen house. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're going to cut this one straight across here. Maybe this. No, that one doesn't work. Let's look at this one. We have a bee on that one. That's kind of cool. We have just a little bit we'd have to snip off of that one. No. Going this way. Maybe that way. Okay, that way it is. Okay, so right about, excuse my head, right about here, I want to put a scoring line in it. There we go. Take this off here. There we go. I'm going to score that. I need a scoring board. There we go. Yes, she found it. But she has no scoring tools. I do have scoring tools. I do. I'm actually going to score above, a little above my line I made there. Now the reason I'm doing this is because we're going to fold this in half and we're going to cut it off. Right along there as best as we can. Okay, let's take the pencil lines off. And let's ink it up. Oh, Carol, if you could see my desk. Woo-wee. That side over there where I had all my flowers loose running around. Well, now they're really loose over there running around. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. Okay. So we might have to trim this a little bit on the, uh-oh. Oh yeah, you know why? Because we're glued closed right there. So what I'm going to need to do is trim in like this for the inside and like this for the other side. The reason I trimmed in like that... Oh gosh, look at that. I'm way off. Oh my heavens, Angela. Oh, dirty dogs. Oh, Libby would not like me to say that. Fine. Look at that, it is too short. What was I thinking? Ooh. Let's do this. There, now the words are upright. I don't know how I cut that so short. How do we do that? Probably like that. That's probably how I do it. Okay. So this has to go clear to there. Now I'm going to put a scoring line right there. But I think we better make it a little bit shorter because it's got to go over the envelope. Okay. Now if I trimmed it again and it's crooked, I'll know that I'm really messed up here. Okay, that's going to work. Except for right here, it does have to come off. Right there. And the reason is because we had to glue the back of the envelope here down to close the envelope up, and we're just leaving it open up here. So this is a little bit of glue right there. Okay, I think we've got it right this time, everybody. Now, this one you were probably going to have to also put a clamp on. So we'll just pull them from the other side and put them on this side. I don't want this glue seeping out all over the place. There we go. This is when you decide, oops, it's all upside down. No, it's not. I got it right. But I was thinking, oh my gosh, I didn't check. So that is a nice place for a journaling card right there. Now that did make it quite a bit thicker, so we may have to come out and score these just a little bit. Okay. So I think this is going to hold just fine. No, I think not. I better get some little clips. I have some little guys. I'm just going to clip it closed for right now. That's the quickest way to get it to hold. And we are 38 minutes in, and we've got things all kind of clipped and clamped. So, I think that we'll call it good for today. Because I still need to get the items out for the closure. And then we're going to start back here. But right now I'm not going to be able to do that with all the clamps. We're going to start back here with kind of like a document holder, like what Rachel made at Roxy Creations in her number 6 and number 7 weekly video. She's doing variations for the 7th one for her weekly creation. So it's going to be something like that, or it may be like Natasha over at, is it Natasha or Tasha? I don't remember. Over at Treasure Books, and she did a matchbook style. So there is that. Now I think I'd like to put the document style inside, and then put the matchbook on the very back of the journal, so that you can just flip it up and do some writing if you want to. So we're going to probably make another base section like this with a 1/2 inch, but it will be it will be made with a file folder. We'll create a pocket here with a closure, and then it'll be a 1/2 inch. So you're going to need another folder. Inside of there we'll have our document holder, and then we will go to the back from there and make our matchbook holder. So we're nearing a kind of a point of where we're going to have, well, we need our journal in here. Do we have room? We have room for a little bit of a journal in here. So it could be that we're going to put our big journal back in here. So we may make this next section into maybe 3/4 of an inch, or probably 3/4 to an inch wide, so that we can put in a journal. Okay, so you can see inside here we have our little pockets, and then we go here and we have a little pocket here with some journaling areas, and here we have some tickets. We pull those out, and that allows us to open up this little envelope, and we have some tickets in there. And then we put these back in here in this little pocket, and that holds this one down. This little charm holds this down, and then when you pull this up, these can fold over so you can write on them. And then we'll have some tags or something in here. We could put pockets on some of these. And this was where I was going to put the journal, but I don't think it's going to be quite wide enough now that we have so much in there. See? We have enough room for a little bitty journal, but really not enough room with these in there to put a full signature. So let's think about what we want to do there. Because it's still not finished here. It needs to be decorated or something. And then, of course, then we'll go to the back and put on the extra file folder. And then we have several papers we can still use. This will make a nice tag. Put it in there for a tag. We have more sunflower paper. we have this we can use. I love this. We have our chickens. We gotta use chickens. And this is the green paper. And then we have this one left. So that is 3 full sheets of paper left. Oh, this does go this way. It looked like that one was upside down, didn't it? So, and this one has this on the back. And then we have several of the 6x8 pieces. And these will make tags and all kinds of goodies. We have a lot of pockets to fill. And we need one that we can make right there that has like a chicken in it. And this would almost be perfect, wouldn't it? Or that. I don't know. We have a lot of these to use, so we could actually make a card and put our chicken and a chicken and a goose on there if we wanted. So, but we're talking about putting a rose on there too, so let me get that rose and put it on there so we don't forget. We have that piece, and where'd the rose go? Oh, here it is. So we're going to put those on there. Just something like that. Yeah, that'll be very pretty. I like that. So we'll have something in there. I don't know what. Oh, excuse me. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go for now. And I will see you next time. And we'll finish this little bit up. And then we're going to zip to the back and make that next file folder section. Okay, thanks for joining me. And I'll probably go ahead and apply this off camera. Just so you know, I might do that. I might apply my design here before you get back. Before I get back. Before we get together again. Which will be tomorrow. Okay? Well, it'll actually be today for me. I'm going to do another video pretty soon here. Because I'm really excited about this. I love file folder journals. They are so cool. And you can do so much with them. They are absolutely a blast. Okay, thanks for joining me today. Oh, excuse me. Don't forget, give this video a thumbs up. Please, please, please. And become a subscriber. I'd love to have you with me. And hey, we're always having fun. I'll talk to you later. Bye.